What's up, YouTube? My name is Malik, the JavaScript wizard, and today I'm going to be going over the difference between var, let, and const. So, var, let, and const for new people in JavaScript are obviously what you use to store information, data, or whatever. So today I'm going to be going over the key differences between them. And as you see here, I am using Visual Studio Code. This is a free code editor, which you can use to write JavaScript or any type of code you want. You can use for C++, Python, whatever. And you can just download it for free at visualstudiocode.com. It is a very awesome editor, and it helps you with errors and all that type of stuff. And obviously, too, I'm running JavaScript outside of the browser, so I'm using Node.js. So you can download Node.js again for free at nodejs.org. These guys built this amazing software for free, and you can use it. It's amazing. Thank you so much. And let's get down to business. So what is the difference? So var and let are very similar, but there are some key differences that I want to point out. And var is kind of depreciated. You don't really see it in new code bases. You might run into it in old code bases, but it's not really used that much. And I would suggest not using var at all, to be honest. Like, I don't think I've ever written anything except for when I was like a very beginner. I don't write using var, so I wouldn't suggest using it. But if you come across it, now you'll know exactly what's going on. So we have three functions, and if you notice that these functions are the exact same, there is no difference. The only difference is we're using var to declare the variable here, we're using let here, and we're using const here. So let's run these to see what is the difference. And you're going to notice the difference. With var, everything that is declared is going to be functionally scoped. And what that means is before the function actually runs, every variable declared within inside of the function is going to be known before it runs. So JavaScript reads top to bottom, but when you write functions and you use var, every variable that uses var within inside that function is going to be known before it runs. And we'll see that here. So let's run it right now. So right now we get I am a var variable. We ran the function. When example function ran down here at line 9, it knew that this was the variable and this was the information. But now let's see how that works if we use let. This is when things get interesting and sometimes confusing. Now let's run it. So it's the exact same function. The only difference is we're using let to declare it. Oops, what did I just do? Sorry. Control Z, my bad. Enter. So let's click enter. Bam, crashes and burns. Local var is not defined. So it was not defined when the interpreter came across it. And that is because let is not functionally scoped. It wasn't hoisted to the top. So the information wasn't known before it ran. And that's also the same with const. So let's out. Let's see. So we see if true, and obviously this is going to run because it's true, and we're going to try to declare the variable, and then we're going to try to console log it. So now let's see again. Bam, crash and burn. Line 27. Local var is not defined. So I would suggest not using var for a few reasons. Because all of the information is known within it. You know, all of the information inside that variable is known within the function before it runs. If you're trying to redeclare it, there could be small bugs that is very hard to, you might have some really weird behavior. So this is the reason why the JavaScript team, whoever invented it, came up with const and, and let. So when manipulating data inside of a function, it can become weird because obviously everything is known within the function before it runs. So trying to redeclare it like it can just cause bugs. So this is why in schools you don't really see people use var. They're going to teach it, show you what it is, but you're not going to use it. And if you go to any job, if you get a new job and you start writing var, like your boss is going to be like, yo, what's up with this guy? So just get in the habit of not using that. And now let's show the difference between const and everything else. Like, so what is const? Const can be known as constant. You know, that's how I think of it. Const is constant. So like, let's just see how this works. What does constant mean? When you think of const, just think of read only. So once you declare friend, sorry, take a sip of coffee. Once we declare friend here, we can't change the name. So once friend is friend, you can't change that. Like it is what it is. And let's show that in action. So let's write a function that tries to change the variable. So let's say person. Let's write a quick little arrow function. And let's see, let's try to change it. Let's make friend equals hope. So let's try to change that. And then let's return friend. Let's see who the friend is. And then let's run this function. Let's just run it and see what person is. So everything up here is commented out. It's not going to run. So we have friend, Malik, and we write a function that tries to manipulate, which is it tries to change the value of friend. So we're trying to change the value from Malik to Hope inside this function when it runs. And then we're going to return friend. So let's see that in action. No, crashes and burns. The reason why is JavaScript is saying, hey, no, you're trying to change a constant variable. And you see the keyword right here, constant. It says it. Malik is constant. You can't change him. So like you can't change friends once you have Malik as a friend. But if we just change this word easily to let's let Malik be friend. And then let's try to run it. Let's clear this out. Clear all this out. And then let's run it. Oh, you see now friend is changed to hope. That's because when it ran inside of the function, when you use let, it allows for manipulation. It allows you to change it. So it's not read only now. Now it's read and write. So let's just see what is friend before it actually runs. So oops. So JavaScript runs top to bottom, and it's gonna see, okay, let's declare friend, and then let's gonna output it to the console to see what friend is. And then we're gonna change it. So you see at first, it was Malik. So we got Malik, and then inside of person, friend was manipulated. And now friend is hope. So we could just even console log it again just so you can see that now the value itself has changed. So hope. So we see it has changed. But with const, that cannot happen. With const, it cannot happen. So if you're writing code and you want something to constantly be this, then you leave it using const. But if you want it to change, if it's going to change somewhere within your code, so if you're writing, I don't know, some code about, I don't know, something, and later on you want it to change, so obviously here, friend, you want it to change later on, then you can use let. But const is not going to work. You can also use var. Var is also changeable. Var is a read and write variable container. So you see it doesn't yell at you when you use var. So that is going to be the difference. And that's pretty much it for the most part. You know, I know it might seem confusing because there's 3 ways to declare a variable. And I guess that can confuse new beginners because JavaScript is kind of, it has a lot within it. So, I hope this made everything clear. Again, don't use var. Do not use var at all. Like, just, you know what it is. So if you come get a new job and you see var somewhere in the code base, you know exactly what it's doing. But don't write it. Just use let and const. Let can be changed. Const is constant. And I hope this made everything clear. Hope I didn't confuse anybody more. But that's pretty much it. And please subscribe to my channel so that I can make new content. You guys have a good one.